Good morning, y'all. Hey, welcome to Flatwoods Garage. So it's another beautiful day here in the Flatwoods. This is the first Saturday after hunting season's gone out. Duck season went out this past Monday. Not planning on squirrel hunting, so this is my first full project day. Down here at the shop today, got a lot going on, a lot to do. Now, I'm not going to bore y'all with one of those cleanup videos like my wife likes to post. We're actually going to accomplish something today. So starting this week, this Thursday, we leave to head to Winter Haven, Florida. This will be our first tournament of the year. Our tournament season starts this week. My daughter shoots competition skeet, and we go all over the nation. She's halfway decent at it, and we go all over the place, you know, shooting clay targets. So what we got going on today is we got to get the camper hooked back up to the truck, get it out, get it to where we can get it stocked, plugged in, get ready to go. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the hitch system that I went with. I wanted to be able to run a slider hitch with a toolbox in the truck and utilize the puck system instead of the B&W ball mount. When we bought our truck, we got a 2500 Cummins Ram 2017. When we bought it, we was actually had a bumper pull camper at the time. So we put the goose ball in it, you know, we got a farm and we do all that stuff. So we put the B&W turnover ball in it and, you know, pulled stock trailers and hay trailers and all that with it. But when we went to the fifth wheel, I didn't want to utilize that to pull a camper with. I wanted to go with the puck system. Our truck didn't have the puck system in it. So I ended up drilling holes in the bed, bought the puck system from Ram, installed it in here. And when I got to looking at everything, you couldn't get a slider puck system fifth wheel and a toolbox unless you put one of the little old 10-inch wide toolboxes on it. That's absolutely useless. I want a full size deep toolbox, cam locker toolbox. So that's what I done my research, looked online, ended up getting the Demco, and I'll show you a picture of it. It's a Demco. It's a 25,000 pound base rail set like the old school campers had where they mounted the rails through the bed to the frame. But this goes into the pucks. And I bought a Patriot 18K. It's a B&W hitch. It's a slider that mounts into rails. Get the base plate in, toolbox goes over the base plate, the hitch goes in on top of that. Everything, I mean, it all works good. So what I wanted to do is I would always take my bed mat out when I had the hitch in. When I bought it, I was like, we'll take the hitch out. But when we stay 50, 60 nights a year in the camper, it seems like once we get to going once a month, once every 2 or 3 weeks, we got somewhere tournament to go to. So instead of taking the hitch out and throwing the bed mat back in, we ended up leaving the hitch in the truck for 3 years. So here we are. I want to get the bed mat back in the truck. So what I've done is I've got my hole saw and I cut holes over all the pucks and where the turnover ball is, because we still, we do pull hay trailers and gooseneck trailers occasionally. The most common trailers we pull, we did end up buying the adapter to pull off the fifth wheel hitch. And I mean, that's night and day difference, easier to hook up. That's the way I would go on everything. But we borrow trailers and trade trailers and this and that. So still got to be able to utilize the goose ball. And so that's what we're working on today. I figured out a better way to store the actual fifth wheel instead of leaving it in the truck. I would always take it out and set it on a pallet and then put it in the Florida shop in the way. So last year I said, I'm going to try it. It's worked out all winter. So let me step over there and I'll show you how I going to start storing the hitch. All right, so this is how I figured out to store the hitch. It's just leave it hanging on the kingpin. What I do is pull the pins out of the base plates, use the landing gear of the camper to just pick it up out of it, and then pull the truck out. Our hitch is a Patriot made by B&W. It's an 18,000 pound hitch, and this is our rig we have. It's a Forest River Flagstaff super light. So I mean, it's well capable of pulling our rig, and we've pulled this from Texas to New York. And like I say, this year we'll be going back to Texas, Pennsylvania, Virginia. I mean, we'll be all over with it this year. So that's how I figured out how to store it. And like I say, you can sweep under it, ain't in the floor. I mean, this one bay of my shop is pretty well dedicated to the camper. I got some other stuff over there, some stuff in the back, but this is pretty well the camper bay. So this is the base plate setup I went with. It's a Demco 25K. Part number is 6099. Y'all, this thing, I mean, it's manageable by yourself. It weighs 86 pounds. So you don't have to get your wife out here and find out how her end's heavier than your end and all this. You can do this right by yourself. Get it up in the truck, maneuver it in place, and I mean, it locks in. Now, everything shows the handles facing out, and I can't remember why I had to turn the front handles in like that. But like I say, they actually fit under the toolbox with it in the truck, and that's the main reason I went with this style base plate and setup, is so I could have a slider hitch and a toolbox on the truck. All right, so that's with the base plate in and locked in. With the bed mat in, it's a little bit tighter, and ended up having to take my dead blow hammer and stand on it, push down and tap it to get it locked in. Should be fine. It's tighter than it was. Took the B&W ball, dropped the receiver in, put some grease on it before I put it in there because it was kind of hard to get out. So got it greased up, lubed, dropped in. So next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put the toolbox on. So as you can tell by the hitch hanging on the camper that we didn't get it on yesterday. My project day kind of got shanghaied by a trip to go eat Mexican. We just had Casey's birthday last week before, and anyway, she wanted to go to Statesboro and eat Mexican. What'd you get? Chicken and French fries. Why can't we get that in Jessup? Well, I don't know. We got to drive an hour and a half, but hey, it's their world and I'm just in it. So whatever floats their boat makes them happy. So it's Sunday, just got back from Brunswick, had to run down there this morning, get rained out on something. But about to get a hitch in the truck, get the camper pulled out, get it plugged in so we can finish up yesterday's project so we can start on today's projects. Stay tuned. Hey y'all, one thing I was going to show you is the way this hitch locks in the truck. It fits down in the puck. It's pretty snug. And then it quarter turn, it locks into the puck system. It's got a hole for to put a keeper in here so the handle can't back out. We used the D-ring, it's a pin with a D on it, kind of a quick clip. This year I'm gonna put a 1/4 inch cotter key in them. I know several times last year we load stuff in and out the back of the truck, and you'd come in here and the little old, the keeper, the safety latch would be out of it, or the spring broke off or this or that. So I'm gonna leave this hitch in. It'll be here for at least a year or longer. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in cotter keys and bend them, and like I say, they'll be there. So let's get that done. Y'all, and that's really all there is to hooking it up. Now, I don't have the cable hooked up or the breakaway. I do hang the safety pin in it. I'm literally pulling it just a couple hundred yards to the house, and I'm about to unhook from it and plug it in, get it over there so the girls can load it. Now, I do put the safety pin in just because, and even like when we stay on the road, the one thing I like about the B&W hitch is that's a hole, and you can put the safety pin in, but a lot of times when we're headed somewhere on a long road trip and gonna spend the night in the camper, even if you ain't, if we're gonna get out of the truck, maybe we have to fuel up or go in somewhere, I got a lock that I actually put in that to keep somebody from coming up and unhooking the camper for me while we're in it sleeping or in a store or something like that. So I always do walk around. I checked the air in the tires a while ago before I pulled it out of the shop, I pulled it down the road. I got to come down here and turn around on the main road. Like I say, walk around and look at everything. Got the hitch in it. We actually triple tow. We're pulling Casey's golf cart. We got it set up as a shooting cart, and we carry it to tournaments with us. But before you hit the road, like I say, make sure you do a walk around, make sure everything's up, make sure everything's hitched up and hooked up, air in the tires. A lot of times, even before I left today, I don't have the trailer brakes hooked up, so I pulled the breakaway connector and just tightened up on the camper to make sure that it was hitched before I ever really got the jacks fully retracted. I had them a 1/2 inch off the ground. Hey, that's a good test. It tests your breakaway circuit and also your connection to your kingpin. So I'm about to pull up there and unhook it and hook it to my my RV receptacle and let her be chewing for a week. Here we go. All right, so we got the power hooked in. About to unhook it. We'll leave it here. I got to fill the water tank, sanitize it. This thing's been in the shop since November. Gonna wash the outside, wax the nose of it. Like I say, done checked the air in the tires. Y'all, these Anderson blocks, can't say enough about them. They stick on with a magnet. Unhook from it. I stick them to the bottom of the landing gear. Go to my settings in my electronic leveling. Scroll through till you find drop front jacks. And like I say, it'll automatically run the front jacks down till it sets its current on it, level them up, get them. Because if you unlevel and just drop them both, you can have one longer than the other, one shorter. Like I say, this right here actually grounds them one at a time, sets its current, and until you get them, like I say, they both tote the same amount of load. So like I say, you can see this jack is hit. That one there still ain't hit the ground yet. So this one here has hit its limit. We're gonna run that other one down, tighten up on it. It'll probably come back, tighten up on this one a little bit. Yeah, tighten up on that one some. So, like I say, it's showing the jacks down on it. So then I raise it up until I just take the weight off of this donut gasket, or the donut, actually the friction ring on this thing. And like I say, now I got the weight off of it. It's on the jacks. Tailgate's down, truck's clear. I can pull the lock out and unhook the camper, and we're done. Like I say, we're done with it for now.